Welcome to a brave world of constitutional jargon and global trade, as we uncover the secrets of the Commerce Clause. The Commerce Clause sounds tedious, right? But it's not just a fragment of highbrow legal language. It's actually a mighty powerhouse for delivering striking blows in the boxing ring of international trade. Today, speed dating through centuries, we're delving into the heart of U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3, as it boldly empowers Congress to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states, and with the Indian tribes. Ever wondered what keeps the world ticking round, the goods flowing, and how your favorite foreign brands land, duty imposed, on U.S. soil? Buckle up, dive in with us as we shed light on this constitutional heavyweight and tear down complex law terminologies, all through fun, relatable, real-life examples. Let's navigate the ebbs and flows of today's global trade challenges, see firsthand how the Commerce Clause is more relevant today than ever before. Are you ready for this journey? Stay tuned. The Commerce Clause, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3 of the U.S. Constitution. The Congress shall have power to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states and with the Indian tribes. So much damage done by so little writing. The Commerce Clause, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3 of the U.S. Constitution. The Congress shall have power to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states and with the Indian tribes. Key points. Purpose of the Commerce Clause. The Commerce Clause grants Congress the authority to regulate trade and commerce in three specific areas. With foreign nations, ensures the federal government manages international trade relations. Among the several states, provides Congress the power to regulate interstate commerce, ensuring uniformity and preventing trade disputes between states. With Indian tribes, establishes federal authority over commerce involving Native American tribes. Interstate commerce. The term interstate commerce refers to trade or business activities that cross state lines or affect more than one state. Congress uses this power to address issues like transportation, communications, and environmental regulations. Expansion of federal power. Over time, the Commerce Clause has been interpreted broadly by the Supreme Court to allow Congress to regulate a wide range of activities that have a substantial effect on interstate commerce, such as civil rights laws, Heart of Atlanta Motel v. United States, 1964, federal labor and environmental standards. Limits on the Commerce Clause. In cases like United States v. Lopez, 1995, and United States v. Morrison, 2000, the Supreme Court imposed limits on Congress's use of the Commerce Clause, ruling that non-economic activities with no substantial effect on interstate commerce fall outside its scope. Federalism and state powers. The Commerce Clause is a critical point of balance between federal and state powers. It enables Congress to address national economic concerns while limiting overreach into areas traditionally regulated by states. Modern applications. Today, the Commerce Clause underpins laws regulating the Internet and digital communications. Healthcare, e.g., the Affordable Care Act's individual mandate was challenged under the Commerce Clause in NFIB v. Sebelius, 2012. Transportation networks and infrastructure. Significance. The Commerce Clause is one of the most powerful and far-reaching tools of Congress. It has shaped federal policy, economic regulations, and civil rights protections, while also being the subject of key debates over the limits of federal authority. The U.S. Supreme Court has significantly shaped the interpretation of the Commerce Clause through various landmark decisions. Below is a list of pivotal cases that have defined and refined Congress's power to regulate interstate commerce. Gibbons v. Ogden, 1824. This foundational case established that the federal government holds the authority to regulate interstate commerce, reinforcing federal supremacy over state laws in commercial matters. National Constitution Center Wickard v. Filburn, 1942. The court ruled that even personal cultivation of wheat intended for private use could be regulated by Congress if, in aggregate, such activities substantially affect interstate commerce. Heart of Atlanta Motel v. United States, 1964. This decision upheld the Civil Rights Act of 1964, affirming that Congress could prohibit racial discrimination by private businesses under the Commerce Clause, as such discrimination impedes interstate commerce. Katzenbach v. McClung, 1964. The court determined that Congress could ban racial discrimination in restaurants under the Commerce Clause, recognizing that such practices impose burdens on interstate commerce. United States v. Lopez, 1995. This case marked a limitation on Congress's Commerce Clause authority, ruling that the Gun-Free School Zones Act exceeded congressional power, as carrying firearms in school zones did not substantially affect interstate commerce. United States v. Morrison, 2000. The court struck down parts of the Violence Against Women Act, stating that gender-motivated crimes of violence are not economic activities and thus beyond Congress's Commerce Clause reach. Gonzalez v. Reich, 2005. The court upheld federal authority to prohibit the cultivation and use of marijuana for medical purposes, even when states permit it under the Commerce Clause due to the potential impact on interstate drug markets. Supreme Court Case Law National Federation of Independent Business v. Sebelius, 2012. While the court upheld the Affordable Care Act's individual mandate under Congress's taxing power, it concluded that the mandate could not be justified solely under the Commerce Clause, as it compelled individuals to engage in commerce. Tennessee Wine and Spirits Retailers Association v. Thomas, 2019. The court invalidated Tennessee's residency requirement for retail liquor licenses, ruling it violated the Commerce Clause and was not protected by the 21st Amendment. These cases collectively illustrate the evolving boundaries of congressional power under the Commerce Clause, balancing federal authority with states' rights and individual liberties.